Welcome to the Rock Your Comeback podcast. I'm Nichole Eaton, author of the books Rock Your Soul and Rock Your Comeback, as well as an intuitive therapist, and I'm here to remind you of your power. This podcast focuses on mindset and inviting the universe in to create a life that feels so good, so aligned, and so authentic. I hope you're ready. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Rock Your Comeback podcast. I'm your host, Nichole Eaton, and today we're talking about how to reset from a bad day. So whether you've had just some tough life circumstances or you've just woke up in a funky mood, this episode you're going to want to save, you're going to want to share with a friend, you're going to want to come back to because it's going to give you everything you need very quickly so that you can start over tonight, this evening, or tomorrow. But first, I do want to say this week I am launching something my heart has been working on for a while, and I'm so excited about it. So June 2nd, if you're listening to this after June 2nd, that is fine, which means it's wide open and you should join the Comeback Club. I am officially opening my membership this Friday, June 2nd, 2023, depending on when you're listening, and I'm freaking ecstatic for this. I have been pouring my heart, my time, and my energy into it. I really wanted to create something that was accessible for everybody, that was affordable for everybody, no matter what stage of life you're in, no matter what stage of your comeback you're in, that you're able to find something in this Comeback Club for you. Now, if you know me, you probably know that I'm not a big social media fan. I am on social media, but I don't love it. I don't like getting inundated with negative energy, and I don't like plugging into people's problems, and I don't like just what happens when you traditionally log onto social media. So I was like, what if we create a space and it's like a club, like when you're a kid and you have to get a secret handshake to get in. What if we created a safe space to create and to dream and to have fun and to play and to manifest and to heal and become our best selves together? So I've created a membership program. It's $22 a month, and it includes every course I have ever created. Every single one. And that's thousands and hundreds of dollars that I've charged for these courses previously, and that it's hours and hours of content. And on top of that, we're going to have a live Q&A every month, a brand new training every month, and you're going to have weekly journal prompts to hold you accountable for your own personal growth, as well as a supportive community environment where we can talk about the things going on in our lives so we can amplify our manifestations together and we can rock our comeback together. So I'm so excited. And honestly, too, I put up a couple different things. I put up an affiliate link. So if you want to share it, you can pretty much get your membership paid for. And that's really important to me. And if you sign up for the year, you are going to get a copy of my book when it comes out in August. And you are going to get any entry to any event I'm hosting under $100 for free. So you just get to come, you get to show up, and I am hosting events all over in the fall, and I cannot wait to see you guys in person. So back to the ultimate bad day reset. One thing that when I was going through like the pits of my depression is I felt like once I started to have a bad day, I would just slip into it, and I would anticipate the bad day to take a while. I would anticipate that this bad day would turn into a bad week, which would turn into a bad month, which would turn into a bad year. And the thing I've come to realize is that bad days are solely that. They are just bad days. And at any given moment of any day, you can start fresh and start new. And one of the most important things that is a good reminder is that your bad day is not the representation of a whole, right? A lot of times we isolate in on hard times and we're like, this is my life. Like I had a bad day. You know, I remember my daughter, I've talked about a lot on this podcast. She has anxious tendencies. She is more prone to anxiety in some ways, but she came home one day and she was like, I had the worst day ever. It's just a bad day. And I remember asking her like, well, what happened? She was like, well, my friend pushed my stuff off my desk. And I was like, okay, what else happened that was a bad day? And she was like, well, no, that's just it. And I was like, hey, that was a bad experience. That was a bad moment. But what do you want to do for the rest of the day? How are we going to change your energy the rest of the day? What sounds fun? What would bring you joy? What would move you in a better direction? Well, I would love to just sit on the couch and watch a show. I'm like, perfect. Let's do that. And do like, what kind of snack can we have while we do that? Oh, I love popcorn. So we're going to do that. So a bad moment, a bad situation, a bad experience, a bad exchange with somebody, it does not have to constitute a bad day or a bad week or a bad life. So let's get reset. I'm going to give you 5 of my very best tips for resetting your energy and resetting your day. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hold compassion. Like bad days suck and they're hard. And sometimes we don't even know why we're in the mood we're in. But if we get mad at ourselves for having the bad day, or we get mad at life, or we get pissed about what's happening on top of already feeling bad, it's just going to layer hard emotions that will give us more to undo. So instead of fighting what we're feeling, we're going to accept it, and we're going to put our hand over our heart, and we're going to hold compassion for ourselves, for the parts of us who wanted things to go better today, for the parts of us that need just a little check-in. Like sometimes we have bad days and bad experiences and bad times because we've been so busy and we haven't stopped to check in with ourselves. So we're going to do a check-in. We're going to say, what do I need today? What would be nice? Well, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So I'm wondering if there's a way for me to break down my list, or maybe there's a way that I can, take care of myself before I approach my list so that I can do that. Or maybe I need to ask for help with all of the things on my plate. Maybe asking for help is something, but really just tuning in and giving yourself 5 minutes to check in and say, what do I need? Some days I have a lot of work going on and I need to actually energetically clean my house. I need to go through with sage and Palo Santo. I need to get that energy clear so I can think clearly. And some days I need to just sit down and hammer it out. So every day and every experience with this is going to be different. And it's important for you to tune in to see where you're at in the process. So check in on what you need. Check in with yourself, come back inside, because when we are not looking at our internal world, when we're not paying attention to our hearts, we are usually grasping, controlling, and trying to control everything around us and reacting. And that's the quickest way to disconnect from ourselves, is by paying so much attention to everything else. At the end of the day, the only thing you can control is you. And the only place you can control it is in this now moment. And so you have to create intentional time to say, what do I need? What does my heart need right now? And then you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to maybe take a break. You may have to be willing to ask for help. You might have to be willing to look for a therapist or get a little extra help, whatever that is called, whatever that is for you. Number 2, we have to get back to the basics. The quickest way to neutralize heavy energy is to accept it. And then the second best way is to make sure that all of the physical things are met. All of the things like making sure I'm going to get a good enough sleep tonight. Because for me, sleep is everything, especially when it comes to my mental health. Making sure I'm drinking enough water, making sure that I'm eating a healthy meal, even if I really, really, really want like a Southern comfort meal, right? Being intentional about how we're treating and moving our physical body is a really, really good way to start raising our vibration back up, neutralizing that heavy energy, even if it's something as silly as going and sitting outside, or going for a walk, or maybe just sitting in nature and being outside in nature and absorbing just, the trees and the air and the wind, and closing your eyes and feeling the sun on your face. All of those basic things are so vital to improving your bad day, but it's you getting intentional about them that is going to make or break it, that's going to really feel better for you. So find your way back to your basics. Ask yourself, what would help me sleep better tonight? Well, disconnecting from my phone might help me sleep better, or maybe I'm going to take a melatonin tonight, or maybe I'm going to listen to a hypnosis. I love the sleep hypnosises by Jason Stevenson on YouTube. They're free as long as you have YouTube or access to the internet, which you probably do if you're listening to this. It's free. Go Google them. You can get one for healing. You can get one for restoring, connecting with your higher self, confidence, whatever you need. It's there. It's all there. Or maybe it's just I'm going to drink a little more water this afternoon, or I'm going to make, a veggie tray alongside with my lunch just because I need some more vegetables and my body needs to be fueled. So back to the basics. We're going to accept where we're at, not add anything else onto it. And then we're going to get back to the basics. Number 3, you're going to do an energy reset, because a lot of times our environment, our energetic environment in our personal energy space and in our external, like our house, our living room, our cars, all of that stuff holds energy, and energy stacks and collects. So this is a perfect time that if you're having similar thoughts and you're just having a rough day and you just feeling like a crappy mood and whatever else, this is a great way to reset. So what I like to do is I like to run through my house with, well, not run, you know what I mean? I like to go through my house with sage and Palo Santo. Those are 2 clearing agents that I really, really like to use, or just envision white light covering my house. And the same with my body. I can do that. Sage or Palo Santo or an Epsom salt bath is one of my big, big go-tos. But I also can do a meditation for clearing my energy, for envisioning light, clearing stuff out. I like to just envision I'm in a waterfall of light and it's all just pouring around me and through me and clearing all of the energy and resetting my cells and resetting the energy around me and getting rid of any energy that's not mine, because half the time we collect energy from people and it's not ours. So giving yourself a good energetic reset will give you space so that you can create something new, so that you can feel a little lighter. Because when that energy starts stacking, man, you'll feel like crap, and it won't even be like, you'll just be like, why do I feel this way? Why, and if you live in a house with somebody else, that's also another thing that could be adding to it. If you are in somebody who's having a hard time and you feel fine and nothing really is going on significantly in your life, but you're just edgy, irritated, anxious, that is a good sign for you to clear your energy too. So you can use any kind of clearing agents. And this also goes whenever, I always say as above, so below. So if you're going to pour light, I would also envision yourself as a tree and breathe up from your feet. Grounding, getting outside, gardening, any of those grounding activities will help balance your energy out really, really nice and help you feel better so that you can think new thoughts and be in a better space. Last but not least, I want you to look at your intentions in your manifesting. Okay. So this might be a good spot before bed or whenever you're ready for it. Maybe after you've cleared your energy a little and you've had some time to move your body around and you want to come back and say, how would I like to feel? Setting your intentions around how you're going to feel. Like I said, when I was in my depressed phase of my life, when I was in that really dark space, I just planned on being depressed. That was part of what I planned on. And so when you plan to be sad or you plan to be anxious or you say, this is just who I am, this is just the way life's going right now, nothing ever gets better for me. If you're spinning that rhetoric inside, your brain is going to look for proof. And there is not a whole ton of chance that if you're going to commit to the story that life and your day and your week and your month is bad, there's not a lot that's going to change for you in the ways that you want it to. So get clear on, how do I want to feel? Well, I want to feel a little bit better. I want to feel a little lighter. I want to feel a little bit more free. I want to think better thoughts. I want to be in a better position to receive the things that I desire. I want to feel supported. I want to feel connected. I want to feel love. And you can really sit and write those down. And then if you're not able to really go into the intention of like, I'm ready to receive that, I always like to go this route. I'm open and willing to believe I can be supported. I'm open and willing to believe that life can feel a little bit better, that I can feel a little bit more confident, that I can step back into my power, that I can overcome anything I need to overcome, that life can get better and better and better for me because it gets to get better. It gets to feel good. I am wildly and divinely supported, and willing to believe is all you need. You just need a willingness to believe that it can be a little bit better. You don't have to go a 180. That's a big mistake when it comes to manifesting. I've talked about that and just affirmations in general. Like your brain isn't going to believe something when you've been telling it the opposite for years and years and years. Like you have to stair step it. You have to make it smaller. You have to build up to it. And one of the ways that I like to do that is through what I call in my book, what affirmations. This is the process of asking, what if I was feeling better? What would I be doing differently? How would I dress today? Sometimes like even as simple as putting yourself together physically, like doing your makeup, doing your hair, wearing a cute outfit, like that stuff matters too. Like that's a part of our energy field too. And we can manipulate a lot through just how we choose to look and how we're willing to put the intention into bettering ourselves and bettering our mindset. So you don't have to believe a full 180 for you to improve and feel better. You just have to be willing to do that. And, at night, if you can't get there, that's okay. But one of my favorite tools other than nighttime hypnosis, which I swear by, one of my favorite tools is to invite God, angels, universe, please help alleviate this pain. Please help me feel better. Please help me believe in myself. Please show me a way I'm ready and willing to be guided into my best version of me. And this alone is a game changer. Like this alone allows the universe to help you because, as much as we like to say, oh, we're supported by the universe, we still have free will. We still have the ability to choose the life we want to choose. When we don't invite and help, we're relying only on ourselves. So asking the universe to help you, asking the universe to help you feel better, asking the angels to come in and support you, asking your higher self to help you lift up, posing to the universe that you're ready. You're ready for something new. And I think when you're ready. And sometimes we just get stuck in our bullshit, we get stuck in our bad moods and our bad days and we just don't even want to get out of it or don't believe we can. And, I think I was at church yesterday. I go to Elevation Church and Stephen Furtick, the pastor in there, who's brilliant, by the way, he said something like sometimes the wilderness is of our own creation. And so sometimes we self-sabotage and put ourselves into these bad states. So it's also a loving accountability for what would it need to happen for you to be willing to see things from a different perspective. What would need to occur for you to set some new intentions for yourself? What are you willing to believe can happen or change or be different for you? All of those things matter. So we're going to accept it. We're going to hold compassion for ourselves because it's hard to feel bad. It's hard to be in a bad space or a bad situation. And that sucks. And if we were our best friend, we would hold space and hold intention and hold love and compassion. We're going to get back to the basics, making sure you're sleeping, making sure you're eating clean, making sure you're drinking enough water, making sure that you are taking good care of yourself, or getting connection when you need connection, or asking for help when you need to ask for help. So checking into what you really need, really coming back within. And then we're going to get into that energy reset. We're going to clear with a sage Palo Santo. We're going to see that light come over us or over our space. We're going to reset our energy through an Epsom salt bath. And then we're going to set some intentions or manifest for what you would prefer to feel. You don't have to know how the situation's going to go or to believe that it's going to go better than it is, but you can feel better in the process. And in the process, we can loosen things up so you can see things from a new perspective, so that you can set your intentions to be willing to believe that something better can happen for you, that you can invite the universe in. And that's a really powerful place to be. I know you've got this. I know you've got your bad day squared away. I know you've putting this in your pocket for a rainy day or a bad day. And I would love to hear if this episode resonated for you. I would love for you to come hang out with me on the Comeback Club. This is really in alignment with the Black Hole Moment area. The cool thing about the Comeback Club is that it really has something for everybody. There's anybody, for people who are in a tough space, there's something for you in that black hole moment where you just feel like, I don't even know how to get out of this. I don't even know how to make a change, all the way to somebody who is just wanting to put the cherry on the cake. Somebody who just wants to make their life a little bit better or manifest something cooler, or somebody who's working on their thoughts and undoing their thoughts, or wanting to connect more with their energy and intuition. There is something in there for everybody. So I hope you join me. Again, the card's open. I'll leave a link in the bio. Let me know what you think about this podcast. Let me know if you have topics you want me to discuss. And I have so many incredible, incredible guests coming up for you in the next couple of weeks that you're going to lose your shit. It's going to be amazing. Some really high profile people who I'm super excited to share the interview with. So make sure you're subscribed. Always leave a review and like it if you can. Share it with a friend, screenshot it, and tag me in it on Instagram, NicholeEaton.xo. And I love you all. I am sending you all love on your bad day. And I know you've got it in you to make it better for yourself, because you have all the power inside of you at any given time, and your life can change in any moment. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Catch you next week. Make sure to keep an eye out for my latest book, Rock Your Comeback, The Down-to-Earth Guide to Reclaiming Your Power, out this summer. I'd love to connect with you. Make sure to follow me on Instagram or TikTok at NicholeEaton.xo. Thanks for listening to the Rock Your Comeback podcast. I hope you're feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to take on the world. Now go step back into your power. The world's been waiting for you. But first, if you could, leave me a review or share with a friend. Thank you.